I was born in Holland, but my parents are originally from Egypt, and I've moved across different countries in the Middle East and currently Australia. And I think it is that international movement that has really defined my life and my childhood. I started Egyptian Streets as a blog after being assigned a project under a subject called Net Communications during my undergraduate degree at the University of Melbourne. The first post I published was an opinion piece, I guess, of my frustrations of everything that's been happening in Egypt politically and socially. We aim to tell stories and not simply news. We aim to highlight social issues that impact people on an everyday basis.
It's intriguing, it's fascinating, it's so different from my own sort of background. I'm Melbourne born and bred, and yes, in later life have gone overseas, but he started in so many different countries and he just has a different perspective that's fascinating from my viewpoint. Although it's sad that in this, I suppose, day and age, the books are in a different, treated in a very different light to what they used to be.
Today, Egyptian Streets attracts up to 1 million visitors across its platforms, and this has allowed us to develop a team that today consists of 5 permanent staff members and more than 40 contributors from across the world, not just living in Egypt, but from countries like the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, and even Australia.
People who think that the law is going to remain substantially as it is are quite wrong.
I think my law degree was quite important in developing Egyptian Streets as a corporation. A lot of my legal skills went into reviewing legal documents, reviewing contract agreements between us and other advertisers, for example. The mentor program has a number of opportunities for law students to really experience all these different areas of law.
I enjoyed the process because it might be thought that the student is going to benefit from being with me, but I see it as that I'm learning a lot about the attitudes of people of that generation. They have the kind of love of the law that I treasure.
Being mentored by a former Supreme Court judge, Bernard Teague, has been very important to me personally because it really exposed to me the different pathways that lawyers can take upon graduating, and it really showed me how with hard work you can achieve amazing things. I think Bernard is a very hard-working person and is really dedicated to the work he does, but at the same time he's incredibly fun to be around, and he's a person you'd really want to be a friend with.
I've always been somebody who would want to be mentored without thinking in terms of mentoring, and it's just naturally I find that interchange in a work environment just the best possible way of learning the practice of the law.
Without the mentoring program, I think students wouldn't get that insight into what it's like to work in a professional field and hear more from people actually working in that field. The mentor program is crucial for students studying law.